For the next 2 months, we are traveling across the entire Russia via the Trans-Siberian Railway, which currently holds the record of being the longest railway system in the world. After starting our adventure in Vladivostok in the last episode, today we are taking our first overnight train to the next stop, Khabarovsk. In this episode, we're going to show you what a typical Russian apartment looks like.
It's typical Russian style because Russian try to save money.
Local life and traditions.
Justin, love me, don't love me. Love me, don't love me.
Delicious food, and yeah, just in general showing what it means to be in real Russia. No seatbelt.
Yes, in Russia we don't need seatbelt when we're behind. 1, 2, 3. Mamma mia! Welcome to the Khabarovsk.
It's a typical Russian train, and it's going to be our first train on this Trans-Siberian Railway route. So this is what a typical Russian train looks like.
Yeah, here 2 beds on top, here 2 beds on the bottom, and we choose these 2. So here 1 and here table become a bed.
Yep, so if you choose that side, it means you kind of have to share the table with strangers. Whereas I think we just booked very last minute. That's how we got these 2 seats right here, so we've got our own space. This is actually 1 bed.
But yeah.
And this 2 seats can be folded into a bed as well, so 2 layers. And we'll spend the next don't know how many hours until we arrive tomorrow morning in Khabarovsk. Khabarovsk?
Khabarovsk.
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 Khabarovsk. Khabarovsk. It looks like we've got our own bed sheets in the pack, and also got our own towel as well. Is there a shower here?
No.
No shower. The towel is just for wiping face, I guess.
So traveling between cities in Russia, it's cheaper by train. That's why we took this train, and on whole our adventure in Russia we were gonna use only trains. And this train actually I paid around $60 for 2 people, and this is only will be around maybe 12 hours train. So whole night we're just gonna sleep, wake up next morning, and we will be already in another city.
Because now everyone is starting to eat and it smells really good in the cabin, so we're gonna get our food as well. And there are actually very limited food options on the train, so that's why it's better preferred if you buy the cup noodles or the food in advance. We actually saw people bought KFC and brought on the train as well. Super smart.
Yeah, Russian people when it's train just start driving, they get a lot of food to the They get a lot of food to the train because it's many hours and so boring. People love to eating all the way.
And last time when I was in Russia, there's a very popular train culture which is sharing food. Where usually people in the same cabin, they would share their food like ham, their bread, they would share together. It's just like a very normal thing to do on a Russian train.
Yeah, some people have more food, some people have less. I always forget to get a lot of food on a train. That's why today we get cup noodle. This is Russian cup noodle, it's called rolton. And Justin today get tom yum.
This is like an Asian fusion. Yeah. And it's much more expensive than that one.
Yeah, this is $2, this is 0.5.
Yeah. Now you're probably curious, why the hell are we here in a very noisy, loud space? That's because we're gonna get some hot water, right? And where does the hot water come from? It actually comes from this thing right here. I think it's a centralized heating system to boil up the water right here. And it takes around 15 minutes when the train starts, and then it will heat up. So Alina is just quickly putting all the packaging ready, the seasoning.
It's a bit shaking here, so I'm worried.
It's kind of dangerous
in
a way.
Yeah. It's so hot. The water inside so hot. I need to be stable. I like to see how Justin experiences Russian train. Russian traditional style.
Let me see parts of you.
Seaweed, chocolate, we've got scallops flavored, and then there is a sea urchin one too.
If you haven't seen our last video about Vladivostok, check it out after this video. I bet it before because it's a series. And also we have water, and I guess that's it. Set dinner today.
This is our dinner. Also, breakfast tomorrow?
Yes.
Oh. They got a glass of tea And you can see it's in a very traditional glass holder. It's kind of like a retro train glass holder that you can only find on Russian trains.
Yes, only in a train from long time ago, like when my mother was young, already like this.
Wow.
Soviet style cup.
How much was the tea?
$1.
$1 only?
Yeah.
Wow.
interlace, slow and easy. And I can reach you from a distance. I can, so beautiful.
I want to start the vlog here in our room. This is actually an apartment that we paid for $25 per night, and it's a very typical Russian apartment, so I'm going to show you in a bit. Alright, so starting from the entrance here. So that's the main entrance, and right off the entrance here we've got some space. Usually I think in winter you put your raincoat here, a winter jacket here.
Yeah, or here. This is just garderobe for winter clothes or like jackets.
Yep, and the switches are over there. So this is the toilet, and you can see Russian apartments are very compact usually, just like fit everything in. You have a washing machine, and then like a big basin, and then the big bathtub, which is very typical in Russia. And one thing I want to say is, I don't know why, but the floor here feels very soft. It's not like a typical wood style floor.
It's typical Russian style because Russian try to save money, so that's why they put like this paper, how it's called?
Like a paper floor.
It's called linoleum in Russian. Yeah, because it's cheaper than normal wood floor.
Interesting, I'm not very used to this.
In the kitchen, let's open some doors and we have some stuff. This is just like a rental apartment, but something here is different compared to in other countries. Is we always have sugar opened, another sugar opened. We don't need to close things like in Asia. Even we can keep our stuff. This is our breakfast. I love this. Just like this.
In Asia, it's impossible. In Asia, you always need to put in special storage box, sealed it completely, otherwise cockroach and ants could come. But it seems like Russia, it's not a thing here.
Yeah, Russian just keep like this because we never have cockroaches. We're always like, so cold outside. Cockroaches never come.
That's why you're so messy in Asia. So messy. Leave all the
Because
food
I'm
on the
used to-
table.
Sometimes we just take a biscuit like this and we just leave on table like this open so everyone can like walk past and eat biscuit.
Yep, and the biscuit have legs to go back to the wardrobe somehow.
Okay, so here we have some plates and cups. This is table. This we call kliyonka. We always put in our table. This is like looks like old style, babushka style kliyonka to don't make table dirty because table looks like new.
Babushka style means grandma style.
Yes.
Babushka means grandma in Russian.
Yes, and before our parents, they love to put like this wallpaper, like to feel like, oh yes, I'm traveling now.
This is very typical. I saw this in Alina's apartment before.
Yes.
She's got a tiger on the ceiling.
Yeah.
You'll see at some point in this series.
So mini fridge, microwave, this one teapot, this one some wardrobe. So yesterday the owner, she also prepared for us few blankets because usually in Russia in summertime it's hot. So now it's around 27 degrees outside. We use only this one. It's like a bed sheet. We don't use blanket just because we feel hot and we don't have icon. But this apartment have icon actually.
I think for someone who is growing in Asia or like someone who grew in Hong Kong, we always have a thick blanket no matter what situation. We don't use this kind of like a small thin layer of sheet, like a curtain. I don't know. I'm not used to it.
Of course, because you always put icon for 18 degrees.
It is the perfect temperature.
No! Perfect temperature is now. See, we don't even use icon now because in apartments feels like kind of nice.
You know why?
Why?
Because Khabarovsk weather, it's really nice right now. Outside, I think it's around 18-ish, 20, 30, 23 degrees-ish. So it's really nice summer weather. And I want to talk about this window as well. The first time when I was in Russia, I was completely shocked by these windows. Try, open it.
Okay, so one time it's open like this. And another way is open like this.
Oh my goodness. You know, the first time I did this, I looked at Alina. Oh, I broke the window. But it's actually special designed like this way.
Yes, it's everywhere like this just because sometimes we want to just little bit air come to our apartment. And this one right here, it's a sofa covered with like thin blanket because people worried that people will sit here and make dirty sofa. That's why they always put something like this. Because people, if they buy one sofa, they will keep it for 10, 15 years. And also in Russian apartment, usually we have like this heater. It's already stuck to the wall. Inside in the winter, it's hot water circulation like this. So that's why we feel warm.
And one thing that is very typical in Russian household are these curtains right here. You can see they're not blackout at all. Because Russian people, I don't know, maybe it's Alina's household as well. It's just that they like to wake up very naturally with natural sunlight. So every morning, you don't need chickens, you just need these curtains. You wake up very naturally. 7 a.m.
Okay, I changed clothes already and now we can go out and explore Khabarovsk.
I feel like I'm in an industrial building. And what is this?
This is a rubbish.
This?
Yes, but they block it. They block it, see? Cannot.
Oh, this is a rubbish bin.
Yeah.
Interesting. Oh my god.
Mailboxes.
Oh my goodness. So many doors here. Literally, you can get lost in a Russian building.
Oh, this to be honest, this building looks like before it was dormitory. Because like, yeah, so many corridors.
How is it possible that this is a building entrance door? And if you look from this side, it looks like a vault, like a safe, you know? Like someone would store something really expensive inside. Oh my goodness. And this is how the building looks like from the outside. And you can see they have got these kind of like a gate wire in front of the window to prevent people from climbing in or theft.
Welcome to Russia.
Wow, these roads are very unpaved. How come the roads are like this and suddenly just there's a concave, like a pop-up from the floor? I think this is the kind of perfect summer that everyone always dream about, just because the weather now is around 27, 28 degrees maybe. It's not particularly too hot compared to Asian summer where it's like 35 degrees.
He's selling worms for fishing.
Worms? Outside? Really? Do you think he took it from the garden?
Maybe. Здрасте.
Здравствуйте.
Это вы червей продаете?
Oh.
С огорода? С огорода?
Is it fishing? Oh.
Ah, today the fishing day.
Oh.
Fisher day.
Oh my goodness. I wanted to eat, not anymore. I really like the vibe of Khabarovsk so far. Just because it looks very lively. Even though it's a small town, it felt like. It's actually not a small town, it's very big in terms of territory. But you can see like the buildings, they're relatively very short as well compared to Asia. And this right here is a whole row of flower shops that I'm not too sure how much it is. But the flowers actually look really vibrant and beautiful inside.
Yes, in Russia flowers they usually kind of expensive. So you can see that one. It's $25 per one, like a rose full flower. And for one rose, you can pay only $2.
And this right here apparently is actually a butcher shop. It's kind of like a convenience store, but they actually sell lots of fresh meat inside, like sausage, minced beef, you know, all kinds of fresh meat inside. And you can see inside there are a lot of people right now. And on this same street, they actually sell a lot of fresh bakeries because Russia, they're famous with bakeries, right? And there are lots of irregular looking, shaped.
Yeah, we call it pirожок, and this is like a bread. Inside you have some, for example, this one it's a fried cabbage.
Yeah.
This one it's a fried potato.
Potato and cabbage in the bread.
This one it's a egg with onion.
Wow.
This is rice with liver.
Wow. From afar, they look kind of like a pie, like a fried pie. Something fried, but it's actually bread.
It's actually so tasty. I grew up eating this. This one now we're in a typical Soviet Russian style market. When I was young, my mother always bring me here to buy some cheap clothes because I think now they're selling like super old style clothes, but when I was young it was like new and like cheaper than in a shopping mall.
Shock.
old remote controls.
Absolute cultural shock. They sell really old vintage remotes here. I thought these are extinct, but I guess you can find this in Russia. Wow, look at these fruits here as well. They
Yeah.
look really nicely organized. Look so colorful.
Usually it's so fresh from local people dacha, the garden. Yeah, looks so good. And actually he is much cheaper than in a market or the usually normal grocery shop.
Wow, it looks very delicious. I think right now is also strawberry season. You can see the strawberries here are huge.
This is Mongolian shoes.
Wow.
Это монгольские... А как называется?
Валик, уличная работа.
А,
Is he from Mongolia?
И корейца.
а вы из Монголии?
Да.
Oh, yes, he's from
Oh,
Mongolia.
wow.
Yeah,
That's
this
awesome.
is Mongolian valenki.
Wow.
So super warm.
Are most people here from Mongolia?
А здесь люди из Монголии в основном
Нет,
работают?
нет, я один на Хабаровск,
Э?
один монгол.
Chinatown.
Hong. Oh.
He only one from
Chinatown.
Mongolia.
Chinatown.
Oh.
Один монгол. Какой-то он единственный.
He's only he from
He speaks
Mongolia.
English.
No speak English.
Chut chut. Oh, malinki.
This is Russian super warm socks for winter.
Yeah.
Usually we're wearing like this.
How are they selling this in summer?
Because you buy in the summer for winter. Ну так смотрим.
Давайте скидки сделаем.
I
Wow.
said discount
What?
first.
Why? What is this?
Гонконг.
А, Гонконг.
What is this?
Говоришь,
Why so
а
weird
это,
shape?
что это такое?
Тапочки войлочные.
Это Аладдин.
Aladdin.
Аладдин.
uh,
He said it's a natural.
he says like Aladdin.
Yeah,
Потом ковера есть. Можно сидеть.
Where's the carpet? Where's the
yeah, he
carpet?
said have carpet.
Hey, you sell carpet here. Guess what this is? This is not a newspaper booth, right? This is actually, what is this?
Haircut.
Exactly. Why would there be a haircut shop in the middle of the street like this? So random.
It's an express haircut shop.
Wow, that's so cool. I thought it's a bus station. Interesting. See, everything's so different. In Hong Kong, we've got the double deck tram as well.
Yes, for me this was wow. Wow.
Oh my goodness, this is an old Soviet playground.
Yes, not really old. I guess it's already modern style.
Yeah, I guess it's so alright. I guess when I grew up, I played this. Me, 5 years old, when I played this.
Yeah, I play much older. I'll show you later if I'll find in the city. Let's go eat. We come to typical Russian buffet style. This one is called Legend Buffet. Usually food there is cheap and tasty. Home style Russian food.
So usually how you start is you grab one of these trays. Basically it's like IKEA, You just grab one of these trays and then you can start choosing your food. So always at the start of the column, it's always some fridge products like salad, I think that's Caesar, and Russian pancakes. This is something that you have to try when you're in Russia.
But not cold. Try really a fresh one.
So the thing is, usually pancakes in Russia, it's not like Western breakfast pancake, because Western pancake is usually like with ice cream or with butter, with jam, right? This one could be with meat inside.
Yeah.
So it's something that is really unique.
Can stuff anything. This is with pineapple. It's a pork with pineapple, buckwheat, macaroons, mashed potato, broccoli.
Okay, I know
Cutlets.
exactly what I need already.
Cutlets in Russia so tasty. You should try this one.
I think I'm gonna get buckwheat. For me, buckwheat's always kind of like rice. It substitutes, but you can only eat it in Russia. In another country, hardly you can find buckwheat.
And
So, and then I'm gonna get I'm assuming that it's sauce with cutlet, is it?
I think so. I need to look closer. 2 порции гречки
I want buckwheat, I want cutlet, I want the meatballs over there.
и 2 котлетки. Одну в одну тарелку, одну в другую. Do you need some sauce?
Yes,
The veggie sauce, red sauce.
red sauce. No idea what that is, but okay, go with whatever color.
Looks like she understands English. She said, oh, red. Understand.
She seems nice. I feel like people in this side of the cities in Russia, they're usually more friendly. Oh my goodness. And in Russia, one thing you cannot miss is of course the dessert, the pastry in general. It's amazing. You can look at this strawberry tart right there. And this looks like kind of like is this a caramel egg tart kind of thing? Looks really good.
Yeah, it's with berries.
Ooh. And speaking of pastry, of course, famous also bakery. Bakeries in Russia is something that cannot be missed. Like, for example, this is like a pie thing.
Beef chicken and mushroom.
Ooh, this?
This one, it's a, I don't know, just bakery.
Oh. Looks like a lot of sweet bakeries here.
$10.
$10. And carrying trays, something that I always have to get used to in Russia. We're not used to holding trays like this in our country.
Oh yeah, even IKEA, you have a special trolley for this.
Yeah, exactly. We just push, you know?
Oh, in Russia, we always carry this one, even in a school from young age.
Yep.
So we took broccoli, buckwheat, cutlets, some sauce. I took white sauce, he took red sauce, same thing, and also some chicken cutlet and 2 tiftilki,
Meatballs.
meatballs. Cutlets in Russia never can be wrong. So if you come to Russia, come to buffet, try cutlet, amazing.
I think in general, people in Hong Kong, their palate is very similar to Russian people. So that's why I really like all of the Russian food so far I've tried. Yeah. This is kind of like a cultural shock for me because like in Asia, we're used to eating very fresh food that is, for example, cooked 10 minutes before, 30 minutes before. But in Russia, they always put it out there a very long time. And then you have to microwave them sometimes. Everything here is so tasty. The chicken cutlet, the meatballs, everything is so juicy. I love it. I love Russian food. I love Russian food. So tasty. So interesting, here in Khabarovsk, you see these kind of trolley buses. It kind of looks like a tram mixed a bus because they've got those wires hanging on as well. And in general, Khabarovsk Central looks really colorful everywhere. Mix of vibrant rainbow colors is orange, blue, over there flowers purple. And overall it just feels very European styled around the city.
So many pigeons there.
Food.
No food!
Oh, so much food.
So much food. Because they feed them, that's why they're a lot. See, they don't even scare.
Wow.
Just like food!
Oh.
Finally, we found it. This is Russian car. It's called Lada, Russian brand.
Vintage.
It's not vintage. It's pretty new.
It looks vintage. It looks really good though. Vintage.
Yeah. I don't know why last few days we cannot find in this region like these cars, only like Japanese, Toyota and everything, but this finally, I'm so happy to see Lada. We always find this leaf, it's like a healing leaf. We put saliva like two, and after we put on our scratch and it will healing. Yes, it's called podorожник. I don't know if it's true or not, but we always believe when I was young, we always believe in this, so that's why we always like, if some scratch, like, no, we need to find these leaves.
That's cute. Russians are very superstitious though.
Yes, that's true.
So you never know which ones are true. This is a fridge. See? I think here must be damaged and then he used some paint to paint it over.
Yeah.
After walking around the city by ourselves, turns out one of Alina's friend, Anya, who she met in China many years ago, actually lives in Khabarovsk, and she said she could show us some interesting, not too typical places around her hometown.
Владивосток, Хабаровск, Улан-Удэ, потом поедем завтра.
Wait, you still just want I focused on that one, I didn't see these two right here.
Oh, so many
Pony.
ponies here.
Wow.
So colorful.
Oi.
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 He said nice shot.
Exhibition, it's small exhibition, it's artists.
I think this morning when I flew a drone, I flew it all the way here and I saw this. And now we're actually seeing it in person, so beautiful. I think sometimes flying drones is a good way to scout around the area to see what's there. I think I like the fact that here in Khabarovsk there are lots of these greenery parks all around as well. So there's a mix of city life and also there's the nature side of it. It makes the city very balanced in terms of getting rest in nature and also working the hustle, the bustle in the city. Yeah, Khabarovsk is the kind of place where you can just walk around, enjoy the sceneries, and there's so many beautiful plants and flowers everywhere. I think that's what I felt after exploring like today, is that Khabarovsk is the kind of place where it's not really a lot of tourist attractions in general, but it really shows how the lifestyle of Russian people, how they live. And I really like the atmosphere here. It's kind of like a promenade, you know, people just walking along the river and it's very relaxing. I can totally imagine an after dinner walk around the river, along the river. So nice.
I like speak in English very well. Welcome to the Khabarovsk.
This place is wild. You know, in Asia, usually people spend time in shopping malls. But I guess in Russia, people like spending time outdoors because it's the only opportunity to go outdoors. In winter, this is negative 35 degrees.
Yeah.
So you can see everyone is just spending every last second to enjoy the summer.
Yeah.
Even kids, they're just roaming around with these electric cars, I guess you can say. So now we're gonna try a special drink here in Russia. It's called kvass.
Kvass.
Kvass. Oh, давай. Будем. Давай будем. Tastes like alcohol but sweet. Tastes like beer but
Yes,
sweet.
I told you. Tastes like beer but sweet.
Interesting. Does it have alcohol inside?
No, don't have. It's healthy.
How come it tastes like beer? Interesting.
Let me try it too.
I like it.
Usually I don't drink kvass. We also have some soup. We put this kvass inside the soup and put some ingredients, fresh veggie. Akroshka.
Akroshka. Apparently right here, they're actually selling some kind of USSR pin or sticker over here. Wow.
This is some like Russian character,
Oh
cartoon
my.
character, super old style.
You watched this when you were young?
Yeah? Yeah? We
Wow.
call it Cheburashka.
This one.
My mother favorite.
Your mother watched this too?
Yes, this
Oh
is
my
my mother
goodness.
generation. Yes, now we're going to a cafe to eat some delicious
Surprise, surprise.
dinner.
What's the theme here?
Что за тематика? Oh, they look so busy, so busy. Wow.
What's the theme here?
Wow,
В этих пергаментах скрыта вся трапеза и напитки. Как будете готовы, мамма мия, произнесите в момент, услышите ответ, и к вам причалит сеньор Рема. Ну а я, граф Джузеппе Калиостро, известный во всей Европе маг и алхимик, желаю вам насладиться этим прекрасным вечером.
I don't understand a single word, but that's so interesting.
he talks so old style Russian language.
Is it? It's like a poem kind of thing?
So this one is Italian theme, and they have many different theme in the city. For example, they have Chinese, some Asian theme.
I thought she was joking when you have to scream Mamma Mia until someone actually say Mamma Mia. Okay.
Mamma mia!
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Mamma Mia! So embarrassing.
So good.
No one replies, so it means we need to call it again.
Но пингвин такой не колдуется. Сангрия колдуется и пунш итальянский. Вера Микеланджело и великого художника.
What is this? It's like very old language, is it?
Yeah, Ola, she said, I'm gonna magic you your food.
Okay. I'm gonna say it right away. This is the weirdest restaurant I've ever been to, but so interesting. So interesting. I think she is drawing the chef making the pizza. Guess what time it is now?
Now it's 8:33 p.m.
8:33 p.m.
You can see it's still so bright. It's sunset time now. In Russia, summer daytime it's so long, but winter it's like short.
Yeah, daytime is so long because this morning we actually wake up at around 7, but then the sunset time is actually around like 10-ish. Completely dark, it's around 11 o'clock at night. So it's pretty insane.
Now we are going to, with our friends, take car and just and just drive around city and see what else in Khabarovsk we can find.
Yeah.
See how he is in Russian? Usually it's like gentleman. Oh, спасибо. He said he will drive with wind.
What does that mean?
Drive so fast.
No seatbelt.
Yes, in Russia we don't need seatbelt when we're behind. Welcome to Russia.
Decoration.
Decoration. Russian people, I love driving so fast. Justin's so scared. Usually if he used to like have a seatbelt in another country, he always asked me to wear seatbelt.
So
Good, right? Look,
what is this?
flowers.
Uh-huh.
It's named Ramashka.
Ramashka. In Russia, there is a special flower.
This one, it's called Ramashka, and usually we are making
Superstitions.
superstitious, yeah. Say like, Justin, love me, don't love me. Love me, don't love me. Love me, don't love me. Love me, love me, don't love me. Love me, don't love me. Love me! Mosquito bite me.
Love me, mosquito bite me.
You love me!
Of course. Oh, she's counting.
What's that? What's that, brother?
Wow, so pretty, this place. I feel like Khabarovsk has many of these really unique hidden gems that if you're a tourist, you'd never find out about these kind of places. I think we came from that side just then, on the other side of the promenade.
Wow, but because we're with local, so that's why they know the
Yeah,
best places
I
here.
think so. I feel like Khabarovsk is the kind of place that is super underrated. If you go on the internet and search about Khabarovsk, you wouldn't be able to find a lot of things. And very fortunately, we've got like locals showing us around today, and then we can see a lot more.
Mosquito in Russia bites so painful. In Asia, you don't even feel how mosquito bite you, but in Russia, you just like
Yeah, it's like
punch.
like a pinch. Yeah, it's like a pinch.
Anti-mosquito dancing.
Now it's 9:30 at night and it's finally sunset time. So with this, I think we're gonna end the video here. And tomorrow early in the morning, we are catching a 2-day train to Ulan-Ude.
This will be in the next episode. So stay tuned, don't forget to subscribe and put like to this episode. And see you next time.